Two countries that are separated by an ocean and somehow completely unable to stop thinking about each other. America gave Japan baseball, fast food, and blue jeans after World War II. Japan gave America anime, sushi, and an existential crisis about how clean their public restrooms are. But here's the real question that nobody's asking. Who is actually more obsessed with the other? We're going to look at the evidence, and at the end, we're going to give a verdict. Let us start with America. Because honestly, the United States has been going through a phase for about 40 years now, and it shows no signs of stopping. It started with the kids. In 1998, Pokemon hit American shores. Then Dragon Ball Z, then Naruto, then My Hero Academia. By 2023, anime was the fastest growing content category on streaming platforms in the United States. Not just growing, the fastest growing. Out of everything. There are now more anime conventions in the United States than in Japan. Read that again. Americans are so deep into Japanese animation that Japan, the country that created it, cannot keep up with the convention count. American cosplay culture, comic cons, the entire nerd is cool aesthetic pipeline, a lot of that energy traces back to Japanese pop culture, landing on American shores and never leaving. But it is not just cartoons. American restaurants are quietly Japanese dominated. Sushi is now a completely normal Tuesday lunch in Middle America. Ramen shops are opening in cities that did not have a single Japanese restaurant 15 years ago. Omakase dining, where a chef decides everything you eat and you just sit there and trust them, is now a full trend among American food culture. It costs $200 a person, and people are booking out months in advance. The food obsession goes deeper. American chefs fly to Japan specifically to study Japanese knife techniques. There is an entire American subculture built around Japanese-made knives, cast iron pans, and ceramic cookware. A Japanese chef's knife can sell for over $1,000 in American specialty stores, and there is a wait list. Americans are also deeply spiritually obsessed with the idea of Japan as a place. Japan travel content performs extraordinarily well on American social media. Videos of Japanese convenience stores, specifically 7-Eleven in Japan, go viral on a regular basis. American TikTok users will film themselves crying in a family mart at 3 in the morning over the quality of the onigiri. This happens repeatedly. Marie Kondo convinced an entire generation of Americans to hold their belongings and ask if it sparks joy. Japanese minimalism became a whole design movement in American homes. Wabi-sabi, the art of imperfection. Americans bought books about it, took courses on it, redecorated their living rooms over it. And then there are the tattoos. Americans getting kanji tattoos remains a powerful tradition, despite the well-documented risk of getting something tattooed on your body that does not say what you think it says. Someone out there has the Japanese word for large serving permanently on their shoulder, believing it means strength. That is commitment. American obsession with Japan is real, it is deep, and it has been building for decades. But Japan is not innocent in this relationship. Let us go back to the 1940s. After World War II, American culture flooded into Japan during the occupation, and Japan did not resist it. Japan absorbed it, studied it, made it better, and then made it their own. Baseball is the clearest example. America invented baseball. America is not even in the top tier of baseball nations anymore, by passion per capita. Japan took America's sport and went completely unhinged with it. Japanese baseball stadiums have organized cheering sections with drums and coordinated chants for every single batter. The stands do not go quiet between pitches. There are cheerleaders on the field. It is a full production. Japanese fans clean up after themselves at the World Baseball Classic. They leave stadiums spotless. They thank the other team's country. They made baseball more baseball than baseball. Japan also took American fast food and ran with it in a way that America never did. McDonald's in Japan sells teriyaki burgers, shrimp fillets, and seasonal desserts that the American menu does not touch. KFC in Japan is not a casual Tuesday. KFC in Japan is Christmas dinner. This is not a joke. In 1974, KFC Japan launched a campaign called Kurisumasu Niwa Kentucky, which translates to Kentucky for Christmas. It worked so well that eating KFC on Christmas Eve became a genuine Japanese national tradition. People pre-order their Christmas KFC buckets months in advance. There's a 2-hour wait on December 24th. Outside certain locations, Japan also took American music and created something entirely new with it. Jazz arrived in Japan in the early 20th century and became deeply embedded in Japanese culture. Japan now has one of the most active vinyl collector communities in the world. There are jazz bars in Tokyo that have been running for 50 years. Japanese jazz musicians are regarded as some of the finest in the world. Then hip-hop happened. Japanese hip-hop has been developing since the 1980s, and the influence of American rap culture on Japanese fashion, slang, and music is unmistakable. Harajuku street fashion, which looks like it invented itself, actually drew heavily from American hip-hop aesthetics, and then distorted it into something Tokyo made uniquely its own. Americana as an aesthetic is a full genre in Japan. There are entire districts in Japanese cities dedicated to vintage American goods. Levi's jeans, flannel shirts, work boots. Japanese collectors pay extraordinary amounts of money for vintage American denim because they believe, and some experts agree, that Japanese reproduction denim is now technically superior to the original American versions. Japan took American jeans, studied them for 50 years, and made better ones. There is a neighborhood in Osaka where every shop sells Route 66 memorabilia, American diner furniture, and vintage Coca-Cola signs. It is not ironic. They genuinely love it. Disneyland Tokyo opened in 1983, and the Japanese public embraced it with an intensity that surprised even Disney. Japanese visitors are known for their deep commitment to the full Disney experience. The themed food, the ears, the limited edition merchandise. Tokyo Disneyland has lines that dwarf its American counterparts and guests who return dozens of times a year. So, who is more obsessed? Here's what the evidence actually shows. America's obsession with Japan is rooted in fascination. Americans look at Japan and see something foreign, refined, mysterious. They import the aesthetic. They romanticize the culture. They fly there to eat a convenience store sandwich and film it. Japan's obsession with America is rooted in something different. It is adoption. Japan did not just consume American culture. Japan took it apart, learned from it, improved it, and integrated it. The baseball, the food, the denim, the music. Japan studied America like a masterclass and then passed the exam, which means America is obsessed with Japan as a vibe, and Japan is obsessed with America as a method. The verdict? They are both completely obsessed, but in opposite directions. America wants to visit Japan. Japan wanted to become a version of America, and then decided it could do it better. And honestly, looking at the KFC Christmas tradition, the anime convention numbers, and the fact that Japanese denim now outperforms American denim, Japan might be right. 2 countries, 1 ocean, and a mutual obsession that has been going strong for over 70 years, with absolutely no sign of slowing down. If you are watching this from America, there's a good chance you have at least considered going to Japan. If you are watching from Japan, there's a good chance you have eaten something American today. Subscribe for more videos that ask the questions nobody thought to ask. We will see you next time.